Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. We welcome you to the beginning of the week with 5 Minutes with Phil. Thanks so much for joining me here today. We also want to wish you a happy Labor Day today. And we hope that it's a day that you can relax and be with your family and enjoy yourselves. And I hope that's a really, really great day for you. So happy Labor Day. And let's kick off our Labor Day today by looking at God's Word. And we're in the book of Proverbs today, that book of wisdom. And it's a good reminder that we're going to have today about who's really in control. And I think a lot of times we need to ask ourselves that. Who's really in control of all that's going on? Is it me or who is it? Well, let's look at this verse and find out, okay? Proverbs 16, verse 9. Proverbs 16, verse 9 says this: "We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps." We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. Now, if you know me, I try to be a planner. When I wake up in the morning, I've pretty much got my agenda in my head already as to what's going to happen for that day. I've kind of got it in my mind what I'm supposed to do, when I'm supposed to do it, and what my plans are. And a person like me, we could be so ingrained in our schedule that when we are kind of wired a certain way and then changes come to that schedule, that could really throw us off for a little bit. Well, now let's multiply that a little bit. In fact, let's multiply it a lot, because oftentimes we make plans for our lives, don't we? And we will have this idea as to what we want to do with ourselves and how we want to do this ministry, or how we want to conduct ourselves in this business, or how we want to be in this relationship. And there's a lot of different ideas that are kind of floating in our head as to what that looks like. And then I'm reminded of this verse. We can make our plans, but it's the Lord that determines our steps. And as a self-confessed control freak, sometimes that's hard for me to grasp, because I have to be reminded that it's the Lord that's in control. And sometimes God might even use my planning to get me on maybe a different agenda or a different direction than what I was planning on going on. You know, for example, I may have it in my head that I'm going to go to some location during the day. Let's say I'm going to go to a meeting, okay? And I've got it in my head what that meeting is going to be like and who it's going to be with. And then let's say I'm meeting at a restaurant, and then God uses my plans to have me connect with maybe a server there who really needs to be encouraged, a server who really needs prayer, or maybe they just want to share what's going on in their lives. Now, my agenda was to show up for a meeting. God's agenda was for me to speak into somebody's life, or at least be a listening ear to somebody. You see how that works? Sometimes we make our plans, but God says, you know what? I've got a plan that you don't know about yet, but trust me, I'll take care of it. And ultimately, control is a matter of saying, this is who I trust. So if I feel like I'm in control, then I'm saying that I trust God, but I trust myself more. If I say God's in control, then I trust Him and I trust myself less. And it is a much more secure place for us to be if we will make the decision to say, Lord, I trust you. Yeah, I'll make my plans. And God's not saying that, don't make any plans. I think God honors that. But ultimately, God might have a direction that we're not used to. God might have a direction that we're not expecting. And that's okay, because He does all things well. So I want to remind you today that, yes, make your plans. But ultimately today, as you go through your day and you go through your week, God's the one that's in control. and God will determine your steps. Okay? Gotta let you go. Have a happy Labor Day. We love you, and we'll talk to you again later. Bye-bye.